Hi everyone. Today I am going to start 15 group elements. I am dividing this chapter's explanation into two parts. One part is basic level. Some of the students are not interested to run the competitive exams. For those students it is more useful. Parallelly it is useful to the competitive aspirants and the especially NEET aspirants. And the second part of the group 15, I will provide the competitive level. So I will segregate the videos into basic level and the competitive level. Today I am going to start the group 15. This is useful for the second year regular students and for the aspirants of the IIT, NEET and all BITSAT or other competitive exams. So first basics is NEET. Some of the students want to learn basics only, that for them it is useful. Some of the students are very much interested to run towards the competitive. They require this basic information. After that, the competitive videos will be constructed. Let's see. This is the 15th group element. What is a 15th group element? Elements having the configuration NS2, NP3 are considered as 15th group elements. What are the 15th group elements you have? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. These are their atomic numbers 7, 15, 33, 51, 83. Students, you observe one thing. 7 to 15 the difference is 8. 15 to 33 difference is 18. Here the difference is 18. Here the difference is 32. I am recalling. Here the difference is 8. Here difference is the 18. Here the difference is 18. Here the difference is 32. After writing the 2s to 2p3, I will write the configuration of 3s to 3p3. Helium 2s to 2p3. Neon atomic number is 10. 10 plus 5, 15. Argon 18. 18 plus 15, 33. Here the difference is 18. That means here difference is 8. Here is 18. 10 more extra electrons are introduced. So the configuration have 3d10. Here also 18 electrons are there. So 10 more electrons are there. Those 10 more electrons are reflected in the d sublevel. Come to here 51 to 83. Number of electrons here 14. So more number of electrons are reflected here, that is F14 and 5d10. This is the general electronic configuration. Come to these elements. N2 is a diatomic, phosphorus is tetraatomic, arsenic is tetraatomic, strontium is tetraatomic, bismuth is monoatomic. Some students have the doubt, what is called atomicity or what is tetraatomic, diatomic, like that. Number of atoms which are present in a given atom, given element or a molecule is called atomicity. In this molecule, how many atoms are there? 2. Here 4. Here 4. Here 4. Here is 1. That's why it is called diatomic. Its atomicity is 2. It is tetraatomic. 4 atoms are there. Here tetraatomic, here also tetraatomic. Bismuth is a discrete atom, so it is monoatomic. Students, from the knowledge of periodic table, top to bottom atomic radius increases. If atomic radius increases, metallic nature increases. Electropositivity increases. Students, from top to bottom atomic radius increases. If atomic radius increases, metallic nature increases. So among these elements, these two are non-metallic and these two are metalloids. As the metallic nature increases, bismuth is the metal. I am repeating, from nitrogen to bismuth or in any given group, from top to bottom atomic radius increases. If atomic radius increases, basic nature increases. Electropositivity increases, metallic nature increases. On the basis of that point, N2 and P4 are non-metals As the size increases, their non-metallic character decreases and they acquire the metallic and non-metallic character. That means they behave as a semi-metals or metalloids, and it has a large size, so bismuth will exist as a metal. This is the brief about the electronic configuration and their physical states. Nitrogen will exist as a gas, student. The remaining all exist as a solids. Nitrogen is a gas, remaining all will exist as a solids. Nitrogen will show the allotropy. Phosphorus, arsenic, antimony also shows. Bismuth will not show the allotropy, but in our NCERT it shows as allotropy, but nitrogen will shows, phosphorus will shows the allotropy, arsenic, antimony also shows the allotropy. Now we are going to concentrate on the P4 molecules, physical properties of P4 and allotropes of P4. Students, regarding physical properties, except bismuth, all elements will shows the allotropy. Nitrogen shows two forms of allotropic forms. One is alpha and one is beta. For the basic point, phosphorus allotropes are very, very important. Phosphorus allotropes are very, very important. Among the phosphorus, these are the allotropic forms. White phosphorus, generally it is also called yellow phosphorus, red phosphorus and black phosphorus. In this white phosphorus, the molecule will exist as a discrete, isolated molecule or individual molecules are there. In the red phosphorus, they will be exist as a polymeric molecules. So they will combine and form a giant molecule. And black phosphorus has a layered structure, right? So three allotropic forms are there, important: white, red, black. White phosphorus is highly active. Simple question: why it is highly active? Here in this structure, bond angle is 60 degrees. That means more strain is there. Bond strain is more. Here the angle is 120 degrees. So this bond pair and this bond pair enforced with less repulsion, here they have the more repulsion. That is the first point. And the second point is, red phosphorus is less reactive and black phosphorus is very, very less reactive. And this is highly reactive. And it is insoluble in water. Insoluble in water. It is also insoluble, it is also insoluble. So white phosphorus is insoluble in water. Insoluble. Not only white phosphorus, all the phosphorus forms are insoluble. This black phosphorus and that black and this red, all are insoluble. But white phosphorus is soluble in carbon disulfide. Soluble. In carbon disulfide, white phosphorus is soluble, but red and black phosphorus are insoluble. Insoluble in carbon disulfide as well as in water. Right? White phosphorus is more reactive, red and black phosphorus are very less reactive. And red phosphorus is used in the matchbox preparations or matchsticks preparation. And black phosphorus have no commercial importance. And white phosphorus can show the property of chemiluminescence. Chemiluminescence. That means this one will glow in the night times or in the dark. And white phosphorus, when heated to 473 Kelvin under high pressure, it converts into beta form of black phosphorus. Or it is heated to 573 Kelvin under inert atmosphere for a long time, it is converted into red phosphorus, and this red phosphorus on heating to 803 Kelvin, it converts into alpha form of black phosphorus. This is about the important allotropes of phosphorus. Now we are entering into the electronic states and oxidation states of this group. Students, with the help of the electronic states, we are explaining the oxidation states, possible oxidation states and their stabilities. First, what are the oxidation states possible for the 15th group elements? Students, you have to remember, here the configuration is NS2 NP3 in the ground state. All these elements have off-field configuration. That's why it is stable and possess high ionization potential. 5th group elements or 15th group elements or 5A group elements have the higher ionization potential due to the off-field configuration, especially off-field p orbital. Remember that point. And what are the unpaired electrons are available in the ground state to participate in the reaction? There are 3 unpaired electrons. Due to the presence of these 3 unpaired electrons, it may gain 3 more electrons, or it may gain 3 more, it may lose 3 more electrons. So there is a possibility of +3 and -3 oxidation state. When it loses 3 electrons in the chemical bond formation, it gets the +3. If it gains the 3 electrons, it will get the -3 oxidation state. So in the ground state, 15th group elements will exhibit +3 or -3 oxidation state. Generally, +3 is possible when this group element will react with the more electronegative atom, and it exhibits -3 oxidation state when it reacts with the elements whose electronegativity less than this particular 15th group element. And next one, here one electron pair is there. If it undergoes excitation to the d sublevel, then 5 unpaired electrons are possible. If 5 unpaired electrons are possible, the possible oxidation state is only +5 but not no -5. Students, here I am giving one shortcut. Why here -5 oxidation state is not possible? Generally, this excitation is happened whenever it combines with the more electronegative atom. So this excitation is possible. This excited state is possible by shifting Ns electron from to the Nd sublevel is possible when the given 15th group element reacts with the more electronegative atom. If it reacts with the more electronegative atom, it always loses its electron density to the surrounded atoms. That's why it always exhibits +5 oxidation state. Next important point. Regarding the stabilities. Here -3 is there, +3 is there, and +5 is there. -3 state decreases. Why the stability of -3 state decreases? Very simple. -3 is possible by accepting the electron density. As we are moving from nitrogen to bismuth, the electronegativity decreases, so it is unable to attract the electron density. So -3 state stability decreases. Automatically +3 state stability increases. +3 state stability increases. What is called +3 state? Losing of their electron density. As the size increases, electronegativity decreases and readily lose the density and exhibits the +3 state. What about +5? +5 oxidation state stability decreases. Here students have a doubt. How and why? Very simple. If you take the configuration of nitrogen, 2s2 2p3 outer configuration, come to the bismuth, 6s2 6p3, 6s2 6p3. Very simple. Here, as the size increases, this s electron pair is chemically passive, chemically reluctant. Then only 3 electrons are participated. So it exhibits only +3. That means +5 oxidation state is not possible due to the reluctance or due to the inertness of the electron pair. That is called inert pair effect. So because of inert pair effect, +5 oxidation state stability decreases. So very important question is, BiCl5 will exist or BiCl3 will exist? BiCl5 will not exist. BiCl3 will exist due to the inert pair effect. Right, students? Now we are going to observe the possible oxidation states of the nitrogen. Friends, And one more important part is nitrogen oxidation states. Nitrogen will exhibit oxidation state -3 to +5. So what are the possible oxidation states of for nitrogen is -3 to +5. Here it exhibits -3 in ammonia, -2 in hydrazine, -1 in hydroxylamine, -1/3 in hydrochoic acid. In N2, when it exists as an element, its oxidation state is 0. And in the nitrous oxide it is +1, nitric oxide is +2, the nitrogen sesqui oxide is +3, and dinitrogen tetroxide is +4, dinitrogen pentoxide is +5. All these are the possible oxidation states of the nitrogen. This is all about the oxidation states and some physical properties, electronic configurations of the 15th group. For the basic level, it is very useful to all the students. And in the next session of the basic level, we are going to discussing about the chemical properties of the 15th group. So students, if you are liking my videos, you will subscribe. I will support by giving different videos in order to getting more subject. Thank you very much.